Well, hello everyone. My name is Kevin McMacken. Thank you for joining our webinar today. Um, we welcome you to this church website builder webinar. I'm an elder in the Global Methodist Church, and I serve at Caldwell Methodist Church in the metropolis of Caldwell, Texas. And today with me is Kelly Sexton. He is also an elder in the GMC and is the pastor here at First Methodist Normandy, and that is in, you guessed it, Normandy, Texas. So Kelly, tell us a little bit about how this webinar came to pass. How did we end up putting this together?
Well, the situation was when I was came to this church, it did not have a website. We felt like that with new folks moving into town, with finding different ways to reach out to the community, that we needed to have a website to have an online presence. We use Facebook Live, but sometimes it had glitching problems and that sort of thing. So we really want to, once we get a website built, also establish a better online streaming program. So I got in touch with Kevin, and he told me that he could help me kind of put this all together. And so the idea was born, and then and so he came out here and thought about, well, let's make a webinar out of this so that we can teach many churches across the conference who don't have the monetary ability to hire expensive website builders and that sort of thing.
So, how much web experience do you have?
Zero.
Zero.
I
So,
never built a website in my life.
so like Kelly was saying, when we had this conversation, I was like, this is something that really church members need to know that building a website's not a very hard thing to do, and there's some tools out there that can make it very simple for you, and also still have a meaningful website that's useful to your church and to your community. Now, there are a few things that I want to share about before we proceed with building this website for Kelly and for his wonderful church members. And we have some three wonderful church members that are being very quiet over there on the side over there. They don't want to be on camera, so we're just going to just be thankful that they're here to support Kelly and I as we do this podcast. But first and foremost, I'm not a web developer. I've never been one. It's not my profession in any way. I am a pastor, but I have created several websites over the years, but that does not mean that I'm in any way a professional. And here's the good news about that. This means that if I can do it, so can you. It's not something that's over your head. The software that is out there can make it super simple for you. So, second thing is myself, Kelly, the churches that we support, the Global Methodist denomination, or anybody else that's affiliated with us is not being paid by any individual or by any sponsor of any kind connected with this webinar and this podcast. And the tools and the software that we're going to be using to put this website together for them were not suggested to us with some money price attached to it. We I chose these simply because they're ones that I've used, they're ones that I trust, and in many ways they cost less than many of the other platforms. There's a lot of platforms that you can choose out there, and I'm not here to say that one is better than the other. The ones that I'm going to be using today are ones that I think work really well, and they don't cost a whole lot. How much has this whole thing cost for you to put this website together?
All told, putting the initial website and buying a few others that will redirect, we're around $275 for a year.
$275 a year
For a year, yeah.
for a year. So, how much would that one person have to tithe per week for that to happen?
$20.
$20 per week. I think you'd be able to build like a 10 website for that. Yeah. Well, finally, we encourage all organizations that are interested in building a website for their nonprofit, their church, or anything to use this video for their benefit. This is not meant to be tied to a denomination or anything. So if you have friends that are thinking about putting a business together, or maybe you're looking at building a ministry off of a church and you need a website for that, allow this to be a resource for that website. Now, let's get into building a website, right? So I'm going to switch screens here, and I'll let you see what my screen looks like. We'll still be hiding down here in the little corner over here, but the site that we're going to be using for this website is called DreamHost. Um, this is one that I've made many websites with before over the years. It's pretty simple to operate, and in the hosting in it, it uses WordPress for developing your websites. Now you can use any kind you want, but when you buy the hosting for it, it comes with with the WordPress hosting, and so DreamHost is the hosting company. That's where you're going to purchase your domains, which is your churchname.com or .org or whatever you choose to do. And it's where they're going to apply the hosting on it. And this service allows you to build websites with WordPress. I'm not going to go into all the different kinds of websites that are out there, or web hosting and stuff that are out there, but this is what we're going to use. Now, we've pre-purchased this website on there. When you purchase the website, you're going to have to install the hosting on the URL that you need to do. But fortunately, DreamHost makes that extremely easy. When we met here a few months ago, we decided what the URL was, and we installed the WordPress hosting on there, and it took about 5 minutes, and we were up and running. We haven't done anything else with the site. Now we've played around with it, but we're back to where we're beginning. So you're going to see this site get built from a clean slate. So what you're looking at right now is the home page. And to get to manage your websites, you will click here on Manage My Websites. And when it opens up, it'll give you a list of the different URLs. Now you can see that we have purchased 4 URLs for this church. This one right here is redirected, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But this right here is the primary one, and you see hosting plan, DreamPress Basic. So has the basic hosting plan on there, and you're going to see all the things that we can do with the basic hosting plan. Now I'm going to show you if you want to buy several URLs, because maybe there may be another URL that you want to redirect to your site. Like for instance, this site's called fmcngee.org. Now, that's a great website, but maybe somebody types in First Methodist Church Normandy. Well, they've purchased these two right here, which are that URL.com and .org. But right now, they're just static right now. So if I wanted to redirect this, I can just click on and look at that. We have a crash. We'll manage this right here. And then we go to the hosting right here, and we're going to just redirect the hosting for that. And right here in the destination, right here, we can just click the redirect where we want it to go and redirect the domain. It asks you if are you sure you want to redirect it? And you say yes, and it's off to the races. And you'll see that it's beginning the redirect, and it does it all on a server some far place away, so you don't have to worry about it. So today we're going to be building 5 simple pages for a website. And if you're going to build a website, I really recommend that you use, at the minimum, these 5 pages for if you're building it for your church. The first is a home page. This is a landing page. This is your first impression of what your site is going to represent. When they land on this, you want to be able to tell them who you are as a church. The second page we're going to do is a contact page, a page where they can find you on a map, where they can find your address if they want to mail you something, an email address, or anything like that. That's what the contact page. And then, as people are surfing through your website, they may want to know a little bit more about you, maybe the history, maybe the kind of programs that you have. So you create an about page. And on that about page, you can list all those things right there. We're also going to be putting in there a giving page. Maybe you have people that are watching you online. This will give them a portal where they can give to your church or to your ministry or to your business or whatever, where they can give online. And we're going to show you how to create that as well. And then the fifth page that we're going to create is a calendar. If you want to communicate what's going on in your church, have a calendar on your website. This is an easy way that people can go to your website and find out what's going on in your church. So let's go to the website. To get to the actual website builder, these are our websites. There's a little button over in the bottom right hand corner that says WordPress. Now, this is one way you can view these. You can also click this in the top right and switch it to a grid view. And this shows you them in a different thing. And you see the little WordPress button right here. So if we click that WordPress button, it's going to open up another tab and it's going to bring you to the dashboard of the WordPress site. This is where all the magic happens. Um, before we go too far in this, I want to kind of show you around this page. There's a lot of things on here. If you got pictures and videos that you want to upload to your site for use later, you can do that here by clicking on media. If you're wanting to set up a blog on your website, there's a spot right there for the posts, and there's a way that you can do that. We're not going to dive into that in this webinar. If there's interest, leave a comment in the video and we can maybe do a webinar on building a blog for your website as well. Up here at the top, you can see we already have one update. I'm not going to click on it and see what it is, but that'll keep you any updates that need to be added to your hosting. Below that is SEO statistics. Now, for those of you who are not computer nerds and have studied this kind of marketing, SEO it stands for search engine optimization. In other words, what that's going to do is it's going to grade how well your website is set up to gain traffic. And it's also going to measure the kinds of traffic that you get on your website. Like when somebody clicks on a search engine and comes into your website, if did they stay a while? Did they look at other pages? Did they come to there and say, oops, I'm in the wrong place and left? So it'll give you some statistics like that. Going down, the first thing that we're actually going to be looking at is the appearance, right? And then right here is a spot for creating pages. There's other tools in here. Here's more analytics. That's a lot like the search engine statistics. Shows you different things that are happening on your website. Some different ways that you can market your website if you want to pay for marketing. And WordPress forms. There's a lot of free WordPress forms that you can add on there. And what WordPress forms do, if you've ever been to a website where it's asked you to fill out a contact form, that's what WordPress forms are. They have some that are already installed into the different themes on the website, but WordPress forms, you can get down to the nitty gritty and be very specific on the kind of information you're wanting to attract. Maybe somebody's wanting to use your building for something and you want to create a form so they can request the use of that building online. You can call it a building usage form. On the church I serve, we have a form just like that there. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at the appearance. So in appearance, the first item in there is themes, and we're going to click on themes. Now, these are ones that I've already preloaded on there. At the very top, you can click add new themes, and it will bring you a bunch of themes. This is the part where if you've been nervous about building a website, this is the part that's going to make your heart just calm down about 20 beats per minute because right there is all websites that are already pre-designed for you. You can pick your favorite one and then roll with it. And then everything else that you'll see after that, it is literally like putting Legos together. It's that easy. And I'm not saying like building Star Wars Legos. I'm like saying building the old little houses we did with the little square bricks. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the main page on themes, and these are the ones that we have preloaded on the website. This one right here is kind of set up more like a blog, but you've got other ones in here that are set up different ways. And I'm going to click, this is the one that we've already set up on it, and I'm going to go ahead and click the customize button. You can click that here, or you can click it down here on the bottom left over there. Either way, it brings you to the same place. So we're going to click that. And it's going to take a minute for it to load up. Here we go. All right, so this is the customization page, right? And this is kind of what the website's going to look like. You can see we've already kind of got a logo and some information on there. Right now, it this is just information that has been put on there from the theme that we uploaded, right? So, and this is not real information that's actually on the website. This is just showing us what it will look like. And so when we click on the navigation, we can look at page lists and stuff like that if we have them already created. When we click on styles, it can you can let me get through these thing right here. You can change the different kinds of styles that of the different things. So like this header right here, I can click on there and uh, d- dictate where I want it to go. I'm not going to go too deep into that. Um, Back it up a little bit. We can look at different templates that they have for that and stuff like that. So I'm going to back out of this thing. So if you're wanting to adjust the site so it looks just perfect for you, you could do that. Um, I'm going to click on appearance, and here we go into appearance again. And we'll click the customize again. Now, this customization brings us into this site. Now, let's look at our site identity first. Let me go back. So these are the lists that we have: site identity, colors, background image, menus, and stuff like that. The site identity. This is where we put the logo. And right now, we've created this little logo for the for First Methodist, and we've got it to where it will install right here. And anywhere that a logo is added into your website, it'll put it in there for there. The site title, First Methodist Church Normandy, it's actually being reproduced up here at the very top like that. But it's important that you have that on there and the tagline because when Google sends its crawlers over your website to index it and it puts it into their search engine, when people search for your church, this is the title that they're going to see when they search for that church. And that tagline will be right underneath it. Then the top menu items that you have, they'll be added under there as well. Now, this right here, site icon. The site icon, if you open up a tab in the very, and I'm going to pull this one down a little bit so you can see it. That little thing right there at the top, that's what a site icon is. And you can add that to your site right there. And so, whatever you want that to be, if you just want it to be a simple thing, you can add that right there. And we've added the logo in there again, and it reconfigures it so that it'll fit in that little spot. So that when people glance at the tabs that they have open, they'll be able to see that one's your church. All right, we're going to back out. We're going to look at colors. So right now we've got a background color for this. This is a very simple theme. So we can change what this background color looks like. We can make it darker, lighter. We can, maybe we want a red one right here. Maybe we want a darker blue or something like that. With this church, they're wanting to do a kind of a light blue theme right now. So we're going to put it and try to match that logo a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you have the actual code for the color, you can enter it right there. If you've done some pre-marketing and you've decided what the colors of your church or your business is going to be, you can actually add it in right there and it'll find that color for you. So there's the colors. Some themes have different various different colors that you can use. This one right here just has the one. Background image. If we want to create a background image for something, these are ones that we've just preloaded on there. So I can click this, uh, choose the image, and you can see down at the bottom it's got that image right there. I'm going to go ahead and remove that because I don't particularly like how that looks right there. But you can choose a different image like that. Menus. We're going to get back into menus later because right now we don't have any web pages built. So we're going to come back to that and then I'll show you later how to create a menu. Uh, Widgets. Widgets are other things like giving online portal. That's a widget you can create. There's all kinds of widgets that you can put on there. Calendar widgets and a bunch of them. That will be another webinar if we choose to go through that. But right now, I'm just going to kind of leave that where it is. All right, so we kind of got a theme going now. Let's build a website. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's go for it.
All right. Well, maybe we will. Oh, yeah. We've been patiently waiting for this for months, and I really appreciate everybody's patience because we wanted to make sure that we could share this with everybody. All right, so let's start with making a page. We need a page. Click a page, and we're going to create a new page. So at the very top, it says add a new page. And the first thing that we want to do is we want to name this page. What's a good name for the first page? Maybe the home page.
The home page.
Yeah.
Wow, you caught me off guard.
How about home?
Home. Yeah,
Okay,
home.
we'll make this one home. So right there at the very top, we're going to call this one home, right? And as you can see, right now there's nothing on the site. We don't have anything. So we need to add some content there. And this is where WordPress makes this very easy for us. You can do it the hard way. You can click over here on the text and write in the HTML code and do it that way if you like. But I'm not that smart. So I'm going to go back to the visual portion of it. And I'm going to click add a block. Now, what this add a block does is it has a bunch of preloaded blocks. And you can see these over here on the right of that we can upload to our website. Now I've got the category over here selected as church already, but they have all different kinds of types. And we've got a block library, premium, about, audio and video, blog, contact. We talked about blogs earlier, testimonial service. How about welcome?
Welcome.
Welcome's a good one, right?
Welcome would be a good one. I like
So let's click on that, and it's going to give us several different ideas for some welcome pages. You got some like that, some like this. You got different kind of content that'll be on there. And let's just pick one. Which one do you like there, Kelly?
it. Scroll back up. Let's go with that right there. That
This
looks
one
good.
right here?
Yeah, that looks good. We'll
Okay,
start with
so
that one.
you click on it, it installs it in there. Now, if you notice, there's two blocks right here. We don't need this. This was the original one that was there. We don't need it anymore, right? So we got that like that. But let's say you want this page to be even more involved, right? We can add more blocks. Let's see. Maybe we'll add this block. This has got the wonderful people there worshiping. That might look good on our website. Now it'll automatically throw it at the top, but don't worry, because you can grab it and drag it down to the bottom because that's where we wanted that one right there. So now we've got a little Bible on there and this. Don't worry if you don't want those pictures. Just know that they're there, but we can change them. Okay. So we've got kind of what we want on the for our front page. All this information we're going to be able to change, and we'll click this right here, and look, it populates it into our site. So maybe right here would be something good. Maybe we put the title of our church, or say "Welcome to First Methodist Church." All right. Now you're not looking for people to get quotes, are you?
No, I don't think we're going to be selling anything.
So there's a couple things that
We're giving it away.
so we can either keep that there or we can delete it. If you click this right here, we can just delete that icon. We don't need that right there, do we? All right. Here's some information. It's in some kind of Latin, whatever. You have a tagline for your church, right?
Yes.
What is your tagline?
The tagline is a place of faith, family, and fellowship.
So we can stick that right there. So you're seeing how easy this is, right? And so now we've got more quotes down here that we don't need, right? So we can delete that one. Oop, that was the wrong thing. Control Z is a good friend when you're going through these. I'm going through a bunch of hoops on that. We won't worry about that right now. Maybe we don't want all of this right there, so we could delete that. And we're going to add a text in there, and we can maybe add our worship schedule. How does that sound?
Okay, that'll work.
All right, we'll put that in the middle, and here it's set up in a paragraph form. Up here, you can change the level of writing you want. We want this one to be a little bit bigger, right? So we'll make it heading 2. And how do we want to call this?
Worship times.
All right. Well, so there you go. So now if you hold the shift button and hit enter, it should keep it in the same. Well, it didn't. Worship times.
Worship time. We only have one
Oh,
worship service, so worship time.
worship time. Or you could say Sunday schedule or something, because you have several things going on, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or yeah, there you go.
So we'll say going all over the place here. So we'll say services. How about service schedule?
Services. There you go. Service schedule. There you go. That'll work. Adult Bible study.
All right, we'll put that in the middle. First thing we have is an adult Bible study
9:45
at 9:45 a.m.
Traditional service.
If I can type right.
11 a.m. Oh, yes.
All right. Oops. Probably put some zeros after that, right?
Maybe. There you go. That'd be a good idea.
Okay, so now we've got some service times and we've got all this extra space here. But we don't want all this extra space. So we can actually grab this and shrink it up. Grab this and shrink it down. And then we can delete these extra spaces right here. Now, if you see, these ones are a little bit bigger than that one, so I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. Service schedule, we'll delete that. And how's that look?
That looks great.
All right. Well, we didn't want these pictures right here, did we?
No, we really were looking more of a picture of the front of our church on the front.
Okay, so let's click on that picture, and at the very top, you'll see a thing that says right here, background, right?
Hmm.
And so we can select the row, or we can click the whole section. Let's try with the section right now. And this is the whole picture that's there. And we're going to add a picture from our media. And over here is a picture of their church. We can use that media and look at that. It just threw it right in there.
Hmm.
Now, on these sections right here, we can also change the background in these sections. So maybe we like that, but let's create this section and let's go to some settings. We can change the overlay. Oh, that's the background. I'm sorry. We'll change the row. And the row, we can change the pattern that's on there and stuff like that. And hover effects, we can change the color on that. Maybe we don't like that color. Maybe we want that white. So we can change it like that. Maybe we want this one note down here to be changed to a different color as well. Do a row on that one, and maybe we want a lighter blue there. So you can adjust that however you want. I think it'll look better with the two whites right there.
Hmm.
And we can adjust the size of the background and everything like we said before. So we can add in there if we want, subtract. We got another picture down here. So we're going to change that picture. This is in a new section. We're going to add a picture. Oh, what's a good picture? Here's a bunch of
There you
kids.
go. Yes.
And it's also good to put high quality pictures in there. As you can see, this one's a little bit pixelated, but we'll get in there to change that later. So here's other information that we can put on there. Go ahead and delete that right there. We're not going to need that. But you kind of get an idea of how you can adjust what kind of content you want on your page. Once we've got all that, before we look at before we add it to our site, there's a preview button right over here on the right. If you click that, it's going to open up a temporary website, and this is what the website's going to look like right now. So it's kind of got some little action things that are happening and stuff. Here's what the background looked like on that. You can see it kind of rolls over the pictures a little bit. So kind of pretty cool site so far. I mean, once again, we've only been working on this for about 15 minutes. We can close that down. If we like what we like, we can hit publish. And by the time by the time it gets to you, because there's about a 20-second delay on our video, you'll be able to actually see the work that we've done. Now, there's another tool here that I want to look at up here at the very top. This is important because not everybody's going to be looking at your website from a desktop. Some will use a tablet. Most people will look at your website through a cell phone. So right up here, they got these different things. So you got a large view display, you got a desktop display. That's what it'll look like on a desktop or laptop. Somebody's on a tablet, that's what it's going to look like on a tablet. And of course, a cell phone. That's what the cell phone is going to look like. And the theme automatically reorganizes them based on what you're looking at. So we've got a home page, right?
Okay. Mhm.
Um, we'll update that right there just to make sure it's all updated. And it may not be what you're actually happy to have right now,
Right.
but
Just a good example.
this is an example of how you can build one and how easy it is. And later they can change to a different theme that they may like better, or they can change colors, pictures, and stuff like that. They'll be able to add that later. But for now, we've got a home page. I want to go back and I'm going to click pages now. So now here's our home page. It's edited, and now it doesn't have a very good score right now because it's just barely been made. And of course, there's going to be more information added to that later. We need to make another page, and the next page that we need to make is
An about page?
how about a contact page?
Contact page.
Right?
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
So let's try a contact page. So we'll add new, and right here we're going to put contact.
Contact us.
If I can spell, when people are watching you spell,
It makes it
it makes it so much harder.
I can't spell my name, and then you can let somebody watch me spell, and I'll mess it up 3 times before I get it right. I guarantee you.
So here we go again. We got the blank slate. We're going to add a block there. And it brings us back into this, and you may recognize this as before. And this time we're looking for blocks, right? Or for contact, right? So we'll put contact right here. Now, the kind of information that you want on a contact form is most definitely a way to email your church, right? That's one of the best ways to receive communication from it. You may want some social media stuff on there if you've got a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter page, or anything like that, YouTube channel. You be sure to put that on there. And also, if it's a church that you're doing, maybe you want people to come to church, right? So why don't you help them find their way there?
Amen.
So we're going to look at a couple of them here. Here's one right here that's got a map on it. How about that one?
Amen. I like that.
So we'll click that one in there. It's got a map on there. And wait a minute, I like this one a little bit better. So if you change your mind, you can click on that one and then delete the other one. So I kind of like this one. It's pretty simple and stuff. We can put an email address on there and all that.
Phone number and all that. There you go. I like that.
So there we are. It's got that little bottom piece right there. And we just want to make this to say a simple contact site. So we can click check mark there. And there we are. We have it. And that's all your information, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're in New York City. I didn't even realize that. We just jumped from Texas to New York just like that.
All right. So we're going to fix
Let's
this.
go home. Okay.
So first thing, contact us. It's got that simple on there, but we want something meaningful on there. So feel free to contact us about the many. I can't even spell it.
At our church.
And what is your address right here?
402 Main Street. Noise.
Zip code?
77856.
Eight, seven,
No.
7,
77871.
871.
And what is the phone number, Rhonda? I don't even know. 936.
On the content page.
Oh, I forgot. You know what? I got it in my billfold. Let me. I got it on my
Well, while we're working on that, what's the email address?
It's fmcnormandy@gmail.com.
Oop.
Oh, it's right there on the front.
And this one, because it's an actual link, you have to go in there and change the link. You go into the settings there, and it's
fmcnormandy@gmail.com.
all right. Update. All right. So
And
that's
then the
right.
phone number is 936
Mm-hmm.
396 3431.
All right. There we
That
go.
tells you how often I call the church, unfortunately.
So this right here is a button. We're going to look at this button. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this. So if you click on the button itself, it's got an edit button right here. Click on that, and you can type in a simple URL there, or you can go up here and do this. Now there's a way that you can actually create a link for a mail to, and that's simply typing mail to, and then you click colon, and then whatever the email address is. So I've got it actually right here. So, and that will, so when they click on this, now it'll also just open up an email folder, whatever server they're using for that service they're using for that. But we're still in New York. But
Yeah.
we changed the address.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's change this.
I
So
would rather them come to Normandy.
so if you click on this right here, it adds this little edit button right there. It says edit map. If you go into the edit map right here, this is the kind we want right there. You can change the different size that you want. Let's say we just want a large one. And then you put in the address that you're looking for, or in this case, the name of the church. First Methodist Church, Normandy. Or Normandy. There you go. Not Normandy. You're not
I'm
France.
not in France. Not the
Not
last time.
France.
Man, we're leaving from New York going all the way to France. Let's come back to Texas.
So hit search, and then there it pulls it up right there. Is that you?
That's us.
Let's zoom out just to be sure, right?
Yep.
Okay, so everybody knows where we are. That's where we are. Isn't that exciting? So insert that into the page, and then there you go. Now we've got that calendar there. We've got a contact in there. Everything look good?
Everything looks great.
So we should probably preview it, right?
Yep.
So let's
Absolutely.
preview it and see what it looks like. This is what the page is going to look like right here. And you can see that we've got the map here that you can actually look at and stuff. You can drag around and all that. You can click on this and it will let you send an email. Oh, it opened up in another screen. Here you go. See, it opened up an email. Isn't that awesome? And so it seems to be working fine. We like it. Good enough for today.
That'll work.
All right, we're going to go ahead and publish it. Now we've got two sites. There are two web pages on our website. All right. Now we're going to build another web page.
Another page. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll click on pages again. Here's our two pages. We'll add a new page. And this one's going to be our about page, right?
Yes. Let's do the about page.
About. And if one thing I didn't tell you about before, but when you type in the title for the page, it creates on its own a permalink for that specific page. So if you ever wondered what that slash and then stuff after that your website was, so this one's fmcngee.org/about. So it adds that about in there, and it automatically creates one for you. So whatever you title that, it'll automatically do that. But if you want to change it, you can click the edit, and we can change this to whatever we want. I'm going to cancel it and put it back to about. So there's the about page. And we're going to, first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a block, right? So let's see what kind of blocks we got. We're going to look at our about blocks. And you can do any kind you want. Here's a good one right here, or whichever one you want. Let's click this one right here. Does that look good?
Sure. That's fine. For our practice. Yeah.
All right. We hit the question or the check mark right there, brings it to us, and it says about us. Well, fortunately for you, I've got the history of the church right here.
There you go.
You're not seeing it, but I'm actually copying it and pasting it from another document. And then I'm going to just come in here and I'm going to paste it right there. And then there you go. There's the history of the church. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it and zoom in, and you'll be free to read it right there. Now we've got vision, innovation, and mission, whichever that is. But we're going to change this. Let's say about us, right? We worship, right?
Worship passionately, love extravagantly, and Witness boldly.
Worship passionately, love extravagantly, and witness boldly. Those are the three visions of the Global Methodist Church. So we can do that. So we'll do worship passionately. And then here, and fortunately, I've got a copy of this, I think.
Yeah, you should have.
As soon as I find it. Oh, there.
There it is.
And I will. It's not letting me get to it. Must be stuff in the way. All right, copy, and we'll put that in there. Paste. There's that. Then we got love extravagantly. Copy. Oop. And there's some. And I'm assuming you got this from the Global Methodist website.
Absolutely.
And witness boldly. So this has got some really good information, and we got to find out more here. You can add that button in later, but I'm going to go ahead and delete it for now because we're not going to be using it on this. So now we've got this together. Does it look good for you?
That's fine. Other than we'll change the picture later.
Okay. Well, you've actually got 3 pictures here.
Well, there you go. Maybe you could.
So let's change these real quick. So if you want to change a specific picture on a page, and we did a background change earlier, but we want to change this one right here. If you click that button right there, here's some of the pictures that we have here, and let's put some of these on there. What do you say?
Yeah.
We can put that one on there, and we're going to replace that. And it should bring you to it, and it did, to a cropping page, so that it'll crop it exactly to the size that picture is. That crop image, and there it goes. It puts it in there. Isn't that nice? It didn't do it to the right size though. And we can do this one right here. And let's see. Here's some friendly people. There's people from your church.
Yep. Think so.
All right, they're becoming famous right
Yeah.
now.
There we go.
How's that?
Awesome.
Crop it.
Yeah.
There you go. And it didn't do it to the right size, but we can adjust it. There we go. And one more. Let's see. What's a good one for that one? How about, as we've already used that one, right? I don't know which one we want to use.
This one looks good.
That one right there?
Yeah. I don't think that's us. That's all right. We'll change it later. Or what is that? Ain't. Oh, I thought that was church. That ain't a church. Is it?
Okay, we don't want that one.
No, that
We'll back out of that one. We'll try. Ooh, put it there anyway.
up there anyway.
Control Z. Control Z is your friend, just so you know. That's a way to back up. So, about this person.
That's fine. Yeah, there you go. Randy will be good.
So, for all those who don't know this person, that's Randy.
Yeah. He is our resident musician.
All right.
Most excellent.
And it didn't make it that big, so we'll resize it. There you go. Now we've got some pictures that are part of your church, right? That would look good.
That's it.
All right. So, but we're going to test it before we look at it. We'll preview. And then that's what that page is going to look like. It's got all the information you want on there. Again, if you want to change it to different themes, you can. This is just for our use today. We like it. We hit publish. And now we've got 3 pages. We've got our home page, our contact page, and now an about page. I'm going to go ahead and do the calendar page next. And this is really great. They didn't know I did this, or well, Kelly knows I did this, but they had a Google account for their email, and on another webinar, we'll do a one that shows you how you can make a corporate email system, so you can have one with your URL afterwards. We'll do that another time, but you can embed a Google Calendar. So if you don't have any kind of calendar system for your church, you can actually embed a Google Calendar into your website. And anytime that you add something to your church's Google Calendar, it will automatically populate it to your website. In fact, another great thing about it is the way the Google Calendar is set up for their embedding process. You can actually, um, uh, if you're a member of the church or something like that, you can click the little plus button on the bottom and it will add that calendar to your Google Calendar so you won't miss anything that's happening in your church. So let's go ahead and build one real quick. We'll start with a new page. And we're going to call this calendar. And watch when I tab over, you'll see the permalink get made. There it is. Boom, calendar. And we're going to go back to blocks, right? Now we can add a block, and I'm going to add a block that has a schedule or something like that on there because we can add our regular schedules and stuff to it. It's still loading. Give it a minute. There it goes. So we can do like events, upcoming events or schedules and stuff like that. So let's see what's a good one. Here's a good one. We'll just add that right there. We can add that to there, and we're going to end up adding that to the bottom. So we'll add the calendar to this later. So do that. Hit check mark, and we can say Sunday service schedule. Now this is on our first page, right? But we can go ahead and add it here like that. Bill Wilkins, I guess we got whatever this is right here. We can delete all that. Delete. And delete all this stuff from there. I'm messing this thing up. All right, so we say Sunday worship, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, first is the Bible study, right?
First Bible study, yeah. Adult Bible study.
And we're going to put that centered. I guess it's on some kind of funny thing on it. Anyway, we'll worry about it. Maybe this wasn't the best one to use for that. Anyway, we could put the Sunday school on there or whatever. We'll look at that later. We'll adjust that later. Let's delete that for now and just pretend that we got that on there so we can move on. Because I really want to show you how to put the calendar on there. Sunday service schedule. In fact, we don't need this bottom stuff. We can just put it up there. That's a good place to put it. Yeah,
9:45.
9:45. And
Traditional worship.
And should it say children's Sunday school?
Yeah, well, we'll put that on there.
okay, so we got that right there. So that's our normal schedule there. We'll go ahead and delete this. We want that up there because we want people to come and always know that that's a regular thing. We're gonna adjust these style thing right there, and now we're gonna add the calendar to the bottom. You ready? And this is where it gets kind of fun. So I'm going to open up I'm going to go ahead and do an incognito window because, and I'm going to pull it over here real quick so that I can log into their thing so you won't see it real quick. So make sure it pulls up. Okay. So this is their Google Calendar, right? And you should be seeing that now. And in order to embed it, if you go to settings, I believe, is that where we went? Settings?
I think so.
You go to settings and somewhere, oh, you click on the calendar that you want, right? And when you click on the calendar, when you go to the near the bottom, it'll have an embed code. You see that right there? So you copy that, click on it, and then copy it. Do a Control C, copy it, and then we're going to go back to our website. Now this is, you remember that scary text button right there that for all the code? I'm going to click that. Don't be scared. We want this at the bottom of this, right? So we go all the way to the bottom. The last thing that it'll do, we hit enter. and then we paste. We right click and paste that embed code right there. You don't have to know any kind of coding right there. You just click that, and then when you hit visual, look what happens. There's the calendar. And we want that to be centered, but it didn't work out centered. At any rate, there it is. So now when we go to preview our website, you'll see that the calendar's right there. I don't like that it's not over there on the left, but maybe I can fix it later. But for the time being, it's on there. So now we have the calendar, and you can see here's our webinar. The webinar is right there. And then they've already got their worship schedule right here because they hadn't had it before. So I didn't put it on for last week because that's in the past. But from now on, if we go to their test site, you click forward, you'll see that their worship schedule is always on there. And now, anytime they add a new event to their calendar, it'll automatically populate on their website as soon as they do it. And you see right here down at the bottom that little plus sign. If you're interested in becoming a member of Norman G. First Methodist Church, you can click on that, and you'll be able to have all their stuff on your calendar. And I think Kelly would be all right with you joining their church.
Absolutely. The more the merrier. We'd love to have you. Come on down.
So there you go. You got a free invitation right there. And I'm going to try one more time to move this over, but
Can't highlight it and hit the centering at the top.
I tried that.
Right there. I don't know.
I think there's a, okay, there we go. We're moving it. There's a block over here, I guess. Oop, we just deleted that block. Let's put that back. And for some reason, it's still doing it. Well, that's better.
There you go.
There we go. Now we got it.
Now we're in the middle.
Sometimes you got to play around with these things. So we're going to publish that, and that's the calendar thing. Now, the way you would embed, if you have a online payment or something like that, there's several different ways that you can add that to your website.
Online giving.
For online giving. I'm not going to go deep into that today. I was wanting to, but they'll need to have one set up. But I can show you what one would look like. But for now, we've got this website pretty much set up. There's one thing that we haven't done yet. We haven't set up a menu for these for people to select from the top.
Right.
So we're going to go back to our appearance, and then right here menus. I said you cancel that because we need to update the site because we just made some changes, right? We'll update it. There it goes. And we're going to click on menus here. Now, first thing we need to do is we need to create a menu. We're going to name this menu main menu. Create that menu. All right, now we've got a menu. All right, first thing that we need to do is we need to add things to the menu. So we've got these 4 pages, right? We're going to click on them and we're going to add them to the menu. Now they're added to the menu. They will automatically be added to the first spot on the menu, the way they are. Now you can click them and you can drag them in the position you want. So first would probably be your home page. I would say put contact second, then maybe the about, and then calendars. Does that sound good?
Absolutely.
But now, let's say you're creating pages down the road and you want one to be like a subcategory. So when you click on the menu at the top, and I can kind of show you this if I go to my church's website. When you click at the top, you can scroll down and get the drop down menus. The way you do that with this is basically you'll grab the one you want, and then you'll see that it justifies right. You can either put it in the top spot or you can justify it right. So there's the regular spot. If you push it to the right, it does it like that. And then it'll create that. So when you hover over the home button on the menu, it'll automatically put that drop down box on there. So we're going to put it back like that. We don't have a lot of pages for this website yet, but we're going to save this menu. and it's saved. There it is. And now we have that menu, and we're going to go to your website and see how it looks. So we're not on the actual website, but we're going to go FMC Norman G.
NGE.org.
Or wow, that's not supposed to be there like that. Oh, we got to go back to the pages. I know how to fix that. So we'll go back to the pages. We don't have one that is set as the home page. So we're going to click this. Oop. Oh, we got the title page right there. That's what it is. We want to make this, go to edit. There's a way in here that we can make this the main page. No parent on that. And down here at the bottom, there's a bunch of social or search engine optimization stuff right here that you can look at. If you're familiar with that, you can add that in there. And I think I've got myself into a corner here. I don't remember how to make this the main page. It's been a minute since I've made one. I believe it's right here. We don't want to move it to trash. Let's go to quick edit. Maybe it's under quick edit. Oh, that's the about page. We want the home page to be the main page, right?
Mm-hmm.
That says main page, no parent. At any rate, I'll try to figure out how to do that. Like once again, I am not a professional at this, but we will get it before I leave here today for sure. Might be under appearance. Oh, I know exactly where to do it. No, I don't know exactly where to do it. Okay. I think it's under appearance and editor. There it is, customize homepage settings. There we are. So we're going to put it on a static page, and the home page is going to be our home. There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that. And we'll go back to get there. You go to appearance and then customization, and that brings you in there. And then there's your homepage settings right there. Bam. And you can add a new page if you want it to be a new page. So now that we got that, let's go back to this, and it should do it right this time. There it is. So we've got a web page up. There's a service schedule, adult Bible study, stuff right there. And we don't have your menu up here. Menus. But anyway, we've got a website up. It's working. If you haven't, I haven't seen any questions come through the chat yet, but if you've got questions, let us know. Um, so you got a website going.
Hey, that's better than we had whenever we got started.
Yeah.
So we've got a good uh, bones of our website, and so we'll be learning more about it and making it our own. And so
Mhm.
I very much appreciate you taking your time and coming out and helping us. And I hope that this will help other churches out there at least begin to get started and learning how to put their websites together as well.
It looks like our my other camera died. Must have ran out of battery. So let's go back to our Bing picture. So we thank you for joining us for this webinar. We ran into a couple snags during it, but I hope it's informative for you. It will be posted on the conference website. So if you want to refer to it later, you're welcome to. Thank you again, and God bless you all. I pray that your ministries are thriving and that Jesus Christ is praised.
God bless you and take care of you all.
Bye.